Hello everyone, welcome back to Faith Channel. So today's message is plan according to God's heart. So let's start by reading Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, that says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Amen. So the reason why I'm talking about this today is because often in my life, whether I have spoken to ex-Christians or some Christian believers or people who are not Christian at all, they've told me that, oh, they're not believers because there are so many rules to follow and they don't want someone to control their lives, and it's not for them because, like, yeah, there are beautiful things in the Bible, but the rest is too much and no thank you. And I've always wanted to argue with these people because I kept telling myself, why do they think that being Christian or being a follower of Christ, name it, why do they keep thinking that it's just rules after rules after rules? And why do they keep thinking that we as believers are fully indoctrinated and blindly following a God who supposedly, quote unquote, knows what's best for us? Because in the end, I kept telling myself, but God does know what's best for us. He's our creator. He created us. He has a plan for us. He conceived us, and he knew what was going to happen to us. And even before we were in our mother's wombs, he had this plan for each and every one of us, right? So I'm here to tell you that, yes, God does know what's best for me and you. And I do understand that it's scary to think that giving your life away to a God you cannot see feels scary. It feels too much. It feels like you can't control anything. But trust me when I say that it's the most beautifulest thing, the most amazing thing to do. And that's the whole purpose of having faith, by the way, because to have faith is to believe in something that you cannot see. But you just put your whole belief in that it will be good, that it will happen, that everything will be fine. So the bestest example I can give you, and I'm gonna give a little testimony from my own life. When I finished high school, I was convinced I was gonna be a musician or an artist because all my life I've played music. I've played like many instruments. I sang in choirs. I did shows. I did contests, like musical contests. I've sang in festivals. Like, there was a path open to me, and I could have taken it. And so when I went to like a somewhat equivalent of a college type here where I live, I studied music. And the more I was studying in that in the program I was in, the more I was questioning myself, and the less it made sense to me. The more I started to be disgusted by music, and then I started questioning myself because I was just like, God, I don't think that this is normal, because I know for a fact you gave me a talent, you gave me a gift in music, you gave me, um, yeah, a calling. I feel like there is a calling there, but why am I being disgusted by the thing that you've given me talent for? And while I was questioning, things weren't working the way I wanted it to work, because I was supposed to just go to that college for 2 years and then go to university, but I ended up going to that college for 3 years and basically kind of like turning around and not knowing where to go. And the last semester I had, I only had two classes. I had an English class and a PE class. And in the English class, I was taking the classes to be a tutor. And I remember one random day I was wearing like a yellow coat, I was dressed like a little teacher, and I remember I was sitting in class next to my classmate, and he was telling me, "Oh yeah, what are you going to do next year?" And I was just like, "I think I'm going to go study like English literature." And when I said that, it made absolute sense to me to think that. But would I have thought that 3 months before, 3 years before? Never in my life. And at that moment, it made sense to me to go study in literature. I was just like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I came home, I spoke with my mom, and I said, Mom, I'm not going to go study in music. And she stopped what she was doing and she looked at me because she was like, what is my daughter about to tell me now? And then I told her, yeah, I'm not going to go study music. I'm going to go study in literature. And she looked at me and she started smiling. And she said, 3 days before, God spoke to me and told me that you should be studying in literature. But I did not want to tell you because I did not want to influence your choice. I did not want to fight with you because I know yourself. When you're minded to do something, you have a mind of your own. And I'm so glad that the desire came from you and not from anything else. And I was so joyful at that time because then I understood what it meant to put my whole faith, my whole trust in God and let Him guide me. And um, I remember that when I was telling that to a friend of mine who is not Christian, they were basically saying, but don't you feel like your life was controlled? And I said, no. Because then God's desires became my desires and vice versa. And in that way, it did not, like, the new plan or the new idea I had for my life was inspired by God, and I did not feel like someone was controlling my life. It just made sense because I kept seeking God's face and I kept trying to find Him, and I found Him in a way that He told me, hey, this is what I actually have for you, go there. And I went there, and it didn't feel like someone was controlling me. It actually felt like, oh, thank you for opening the door for this opportunity for me. And that's where I found my goal and I found what I was supposed to do, and I'm still doing that today. And all that experience, now that I'm telling you this, it makes me think of the verses in Proverbs 3 that say, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your path. And guys, I'm being honest when I'm telling you that, yes, it might feel scary. It might look scary. You might not want to change or leave all behind because you feel comfortable where you are right now. But I'm telling you, do it. Leave things behind. Look for God. And you will find Him in places you did not expect to find Him. And you will find Him in places where your heart will be overjoyed because you are connected to His heart and He is connected to yours. And your desires, both His and yours, are connected together. So stop trusting your thoughts and stop planning ahead. Stop being sad or mad when you try to open a door and it doesn't open. Like, don't force it. Because trust me when I say that God oftentimes blocks doors because He does not want you to open them. It's not for you to open that door. It's not meant for you. Don't force things on your life that are not meant to happen. You may want something, but God wants something for you, and He's asking you to find Him midway where there will be that connection for you to find Him, for you to be part of His plan, and for you to actually achieve what He has planned for you, like it says in Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Surrender to Him and see how amazing your life will change and amazing your life will be. And I'm not telling you that once that will happen, you will stop um, um, like facing trials and stuff like that. No, you will keep facing trials and you will keep facing difficult times. But at least you'll be facing those difficult times with God, who will be walking next to you and what you are called to do. And the other thing I can say to you guys is, do not create opportunities for yourself because you've waited too long and God is taking His time. God is taking his time because there is a time for everything. There is a moment for everything. God knows what's best for you. Be patient and wait on the Lord. And do not think that all opportunities ended to you are God given. Because remember that the enemy knows you more than you know yourself. So he knows what you want. And if it's easy for the enemy to block you or to blind you with something that you desperately want, he's going to give that to you. And you will stop focusing on what God actually wants for you because you've been blinded and because you've been fooled. So keep your eyes open. Trust in the Lord. Surrender to him. Give yourself to him. Let yourself be guided by him. And your life will change for the best. Because he will never let you down. And his goal is not to let you down either. And to finish on that topic, in Psalm 147, verse 11, it says, "But the Lord takes pleasure in those who fear him, in those who hope in his steadfast love." So, really, the only thing I can tell you is to wait on the Lord. Be patient. Yes, you will cry. Yes, it'll be hard. Yes, sometimes you will want to give up, but never give up. Don't give up, because you might give up at a time where if you would have hold on 5 more minutes, you would have reached that door and opened it, and then all the blessings would have been flooding to you. So be patient, trust in the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength. And keep on following God's command and keep on seeking his face, and he will show himself to you because you've looked for him for so long. That's the message of encouragement I wanted to bring you guys today. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope this message will find you in good health. And I wish you all a good day wherever you are, whoever you are. Be blessed. Keep on loving one another and love thy neighbor as you love yourself. That's all for me today. Thank you. Bye bye.